Hi students, Dr. Cohen here. I wanted to make a video for you to talk about the annotated bibliography assignment that's coming up. So let me screen share and just kind of go over the assignment. Okay. So the annotated bibliography is the next step in your semester-long research study. And some of you needed to revise your research question, and I believe I sent an email to everybody who needed to do that. I asked you to email them to me. Some of you, I told you could just put the new question up on the top of your submission for the annotated bibliography. That's fine. So you'll have a chance to do that now, but please be sure to revise the question if you have not already. Okay, so an annotated bibliography is going to be kind of like a list of the references you're going to use for the final assignment. You only need to do 5 of them. That's fewer than you'll need for the final assignment, but this is kind of a place to start. All 5 of them should come from peer-reviewed journals. Now, let me say, in your final paper, you're welcome to use material that's not peer-reviewed. For instance, you might want to use information from the Census Bureau that shows some demographic stuff, or some other website that kind of goes over some basics. But you are going to need to use peer-reviewed literature. So this is your opportunity to find some. So you can see within the document, there's information on how to link to the Purdue OWL, which is my favorite site for how to do citations. If you use a citation generator, which people sometimes do, you're going to need to make sure you check the format. And then in addition to the citation, you're also going to write a paragraph that describes how this journal article is going to answer your research question. So I know sometimes they have abstracts for the journals. Our journal articles. I don't want the abstract. The abstract kind of goes over the whole study. I want specifically to know, how is this going to answer your research question? Okay, so this is the grading rubric. At least 5 peer-reviewed journals in the last 5 years have been found. Each citation is formatted in APA style, and a summary paragraph regarding how the source helps to answer your research question is provided. I also want to show you, I'm going to stop the share and share my screen with you. So this is the home page for Folio, and you see we're in module 3. I added some links here. So this is a description which I just went over, and then I added some links here so you have direct links to both the Purdue OWL online and then also the APA formatting. So I'm going to go to the university's library website, and what I'm going to do is I have come up with kind of a research question, and I'm going to walk you through the process you're going to go through. So I think probably what might be easiest is I'm just going to pop this in to the search bar. I'm not going to use it in this way, but it gives you a chance to look at it. So my research question that I'm going to do work on this for this annotated bibliography is, how did social isolation during COVID affect people of different age groups? So that's my research question. I'm going to select some keywords out of that. So I'm going to say social isolation and COVID and age. Okay, so I'm going to do a search here. And you see what's going to come up is going to be a lot. Oh, of course it wants me to log in. Sorry about that. Okay, so you can see when I do it the way I just did it, I have 72,000 articles. So my suggestion is to do this: hit the advanced search and then separate these out. And here's why. So when I do social isolation, and this is in the advanced search, it gives me loneliness or social exclusion or social deprivation, but it gives you multiple terms. So I like that. So I'm going to use that. And so it'll search for all of those. And you see here, this one, when I start typing COVID, it offers me a topic that's COVID or coronavirus or, you know, all these different things. Okay. And then I'm going to put in age. Okay, so these are my search terms, and you can figure out what yours are. You might only have one or two to start with, but you might want to be a little more refined because you don't necessarily want to have to sort through 72,000 articles. All right, so you see my research question is, how did social isolation during COVID affect people of different age groups? And then you see here, I've got these different terms that are going to search for that. Okay, so I'm going to hit search. So wish me luck. I didn't do this in advance. So here's hoping I get something. And I do. I get 116,000 articles. By the way, in case you're wondering, this is where it says how many you get. Okay, so if you remember from the description of the assignment, I had some very specific qualifiers. First of all, let's go over here when it says limit to. I'm going to say limit to all online. So it's going to give me all of those 16,000 articles that are available online. It's quicker that way. And then look at that little box, scholarly peer reviewed. Now the list is only going to be scholarly peer reviewed articles. So that's going to help you too. And I said within the last 5 years. So look at that, last 5 years. I'm going to click on that. And you can see that what I now have is I now have, you know, quite a lot of different articles, but they're all of the ones that are here are going to fit. And, you know, I'm looking through here. This one's about Brazil. I'm not sure I want that one. Newcomer refugee stuff, social isolation. This one's on social isolation and loneliness of older adults in times of the pandemic. So this might not get me everything that I need for my paper, but I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Okay. So when you click on it, you see over here, you can click on this. This is a PDF. It'll download the PDF for me. Okay, so I'm going to download that. So now I have the article. And I like to rename mine, by the way, the first author's last name and social isolation. And obviously, I'm not going to put it in my Paris folder. I'm just going to put it, I have a research folder, and I think I have a research folder called COVID. So I'm going to save it in there. Okay, so now I've saved it. Now I'm going to go back to my to the previous screen because I want to show you all of the magical things you can do. And here's the next magical thing that you can do. If you go over here to the left, you click on this button that says Cite. And then if you scroll down, there is the reference in APA format. I copy it, I highlight it, I copy it, and I'm going to paste it into a Word document. And so now I may need to make a few minor changes. You're going to want to make sure that it's in APA format. You know, because sometimes, to be honest, the citation generator at the library, they're doing much better, but sometimes it's not completely accurate. So you're going to want to check it. So, then now I've got the citation. And the next thing I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to open up the article and figure out, read through it. So I'm going to read through it and find a little bit about how it addresses my my particular research question. So I might write something about how it addresses it specifically for older adults, so I can get a sense of that, how it focuses on COVID-19, whatever it is that you think. And so you write a paragraph that kind of summarizes not what the article's about, but specifically how the article answers your research question. So I'm going to stop the share. And you can see now, hopefully you'll be able to use what I just did to slowly kind of go through what you need to get done for for the annotated bibliography, because the Discover bar on the library's main page is incredibly helpful. Just to be clear, we're back in perusal, in case anybody hadn't figured that out. And don't forget, one of the things I wanted to recommend, please go into the gradebook and have a look and make sure that you don't have any questions about your grades. Make sure that all of the perusal grades have gone from perusal into the folio gradebook. And if they haven't, you need to go to that particular reading in that particular module and just access it from folio, and that should bring the grade over. Anybody has any questions about the gradebook, ask them now, like don't wait till the end to start asking questions. The annotated bibliography is due the 8th, so that would be in 4 days, or also known as next Tuesday. All right. Please don't hesitate to email me with any questions. You're also very welcome to come to my office hours over Zoom. My office hours are on Mondays and Wednesdays. The Zoom link is in the syllabus. If Mondays and Wednesdays at 11 doesn't work for you, shoot me an email. We'll find a time to meet. I'm happy to meet first thing in the morning, early evening, even on the weekend sometimes. So I know some of you are working during the day, and so that's why you're taking an online class. So we'll find a time that will work if you want some help and some support from me, if you have any questions. All right, well, thank you all. Have a great weekend, and I wish you well with your annotated bibliographies. Bye now.